On this video, Brad Garlinghouse speaks out about questionable sources and FUD. We're also going to take a look at a podcast, one of the #1 podcasts in the country that yours truly was on, along with Jeff from the How to Review and our own Bubba Shipes. Also, we're going to learn about a personality trait that increases your odds of reaching the ripe old age of 85 by up to 70%. Let's get it started. Chip here with the XRP Minute. We are back. And you're probably saying, what do you mean we're back? Where did we go? Well, we've been gone for a couple of days and everything's squared away. Sometimes it's a setting. Sometimes the little widget's not sitting where it's supposed to be. But we're back, excited to be back. And let's jump right into it, shall we? And while I was away, it was interesting that I felt like I went into some sort of a time warp. Feels like maybe a minute, sometimes a few days. It's kind of an odd thing. Time is a hard, difficult thing to judge, but I want to thank you all for being here. And already I need the water. But thank you guys for being here. Let's jump into this. Can we? Will we? Of course we will. Let's do this. So Brad Garlinghouse, this happened about a little over an hour ago. This is fantastic because we see so much stuff that goes on in this space. I mean, from Forbes writing these crazy articles to, the trades, AMB crypto. I'm not picking on any one of them, but they're always putting out something by some writer, anonymous writer you've never heard about. You don't even know who it is. So Garlinghouse really got into this by saying, I'm always struck by the questionable sources, and I'm being generous here, spreading FUD about XRP and Ripple, even more so over the last few weeks. Ripple's XRP sales, litigation, etc. Thus, I feel compelled to comment. And Garlinghouse goes on to say that as a defendant in a class action lawsuit, I won't get into details. Response from Ripple is coming very soon, but I will say SEC guidance isn't issued by the commission and isn't law, rule, or regulation. It's clear XRP is not a security and that the UK and others have said as much. Yeah, and they've also said the US has provided some clarity with regard to Bitcoin, and they've regarded clarity with Ether as well. So if those aren't securities, I just don't see how XRP is. XRP sales are about helping expand the XRP utility, building RippleNet, and supporting other biz building with XRP, for example, Dharma and Forte, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Reality is what decreased our sales volume quarter over quarter, and since then, the inflation rate of XRP circulating to supply has been lower than that of BTC and Ether. Garlinghouse went on to say that Ripple continues to set industry standards in reporting and transparency, which you got to give them a lot of credit on this one. There is a ton of transparency going on. They're probably one of if not the most transparent companies in the space. And when it comes to projects, one example is our quarterly markets report. We lay it all out, and it's not our view, but it's fact. And you guys know facts don't care about feelings, and facts don't care if your feelings are crushed because you like Bitcoin or ETH or one of the other things. It doesn't matter. Fact is fact, and feelings don't really belong around facts. So there was a lot of great things, responses to this. Notorious chimed in over here with this, with one of his typical things, weathering a storm. There's Brad Garlinghouse, taking the heat, the incoming over there. Nordic Ann chimed in with, thank you very much for commenting. Very grateful for the work Ripple does to expand XRP's utility and for your transparency. Our very own Omar Kaufman also jumped in there with a thank you, Brad. Jason XRP, thanks for the clarity as always, professional and on point. Shane, there's not more professionals in this space. True point. No wonder institutions across the world like the IMF, etc., entertain Ripple's credit in the space. Ooh, I like that one, Jason. Well done. Digital Asset Investor. He said great sentiment. No, he said, here's a great book, Convince Your Enemies that he will gain very little by attacking you. This will diminish his enthusiasm. And as always, DAI always has something to do, and something to say, and that's Sun Tzu, The Art of War, which is which has phenomenal stuff in it. If you ever pick it up, you thumb through there, just stop at any page, and boom, that seems like the appropriate saying for the day. So I wanted to, again, thank you all for being here. I know we had a little glitch earlier, but we're back on track, I believe, or we're not. I don't know, one of the two. Seems like we might be having some issues again. But anyway, we're going to continue on, and we're going to make the best of it. Let's go on and talk a little bit about this over here, and let me know if it's stuttering, which it seems to be. And I don't understand why, but who knows. So XRP, yeah, this isn't what I wanted to get to. Let's not talk about that. Yes, so all of my tabs are all discombobbled, but I want to talk about this. Weezy Win released this. You can send an XRP using text messages. It's in beta. And a lot of people have been touting this out in the on the Twitters, the Twitterverse, as they say. And I've heard some people talk about it on YouTube. But then I'm always like a scrolling guy. I start scrolling and I go right down to the bottom here. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? What is this? Please note that this project's in public beta. Yes, please tell me more. There may be glitches. What? Like the XRP minute glitches sometimes? That's no fun. I won't accept liability for any loss of funds. Well, guess what? Guess who's not going to be using this anytime soon? Right here. This guy right here is not going to be using this anytime soon. I love it. It's adventurous, but listen, if you're not going to be, we have a hard enough time using exchanges that aren't insured, right? They say they're insured. They say we're going to cover any losses, but then people start digging around and find print. And they realize, no, you're not insured. And you can talk about Coinbase all you want, but look at who is insured, right? Look who puts 90% in cold storage. You have to think about this stuff, and it's like, yeah, so what if you send 5 XRP? So 5 XRP, what it's worth today versus what it could be worth, and this won't accept any. So I don't like this, it's like, let's get it worked out. This right there, I won't accept liability for any loss of funds. Well, okay, then I'm out. Chip out automatically. Boom, I'm gone. I'm out of it. No way, I'm done. I'm out. Let's take a look at what's up next. So Dharma Labs, we talked a little bit. So Brad Garlinghouse talked about in his tweet, I won't call it a tweet storm, but his remarks when he felt compelled to say something just, I think about an hour or so ago, 2 hours ago. Dharma Labs, they raised $7 million from a bunch of different places. Coinbase, Polychain, also Ripple was in there. This is if Ethereum is a protocol for decentralized global finance, then it's going to be a leading tool built just for crypto. That's the thesis of Dharma Labs, which built the Dharma protocol for decentralized lending businesses. Its first product, Dharma Lever, is in a closed alpha release right now. So this is what Brad was alluding to when he said that they're also looking at investing in other types of products and projects as well. We also heard mention of this guy right here, which is Forte. Now, Forte is a gaming. $100 million was invested from the Spring Initiative to fund and support blockchain gaming. And what's cool about what they've done here is that what they're doing is they're using it to fund to be able to expand the platform. It's designed to bolster mass adoption of blockchain technology in the gaming industry, and there really isn't any advancements when it comes to blockchain, right? And you look at how big gaming is, and we have a cool story about one of the most well-known gamers out there coming up in a little bit. But if you look at this, blockchain technology's key innovations unlock vast potential for nearly all forms of digital interaction. Gaming is a $140 billion global industry driven predominantly by digital microtransaction economies. Where have we heard that before? Microtransactions, right? You want to power up. You want to get to another level. You want to go ahead and enhance your character. Boom, little micro. And a lot of times they're disguised behind points or credits, and then you don't really know how much you're spending because it's not like you're spending $1 here and $1 there. You buy the credits go towards it, and you get caught up in 6 credits, 8 credits, 12 credits, and then you get more as it goes on. So the nice thing about this also is they're not saying XRP has to be used, but this is what happens when somebody like Ripple gets involved in Spring Initiative, starts funding people. What they're really doing is they're going out there and they want blockchain to succeed, because here's Forte, you don't have to use XRP. but it's welcome, but it doesn't have to be utilized. So you saw Spring basically investing money in all kinds of initiatives out there that really don't have anything to do with with any of this. I'm looking at my red again. I'm like, oh, my red again? How can I be? I started out green. Something weird's going on tonight. It's a weird bug. Jeff, thanks a lot for lending me your laptop, man. It's not really helping me out tonight. Let's jump through this. What do we have here? So we got so this is Dharma right here. If you go to here, it's just basically dharma.io, and it's the evolution of money. The building blocks of Ethereum are coming together. So this is where you can just go ahead and pop your email here. You'll get some updates on this. So kind of keep tabs on some of the initiatives that Spring and Ripple invest in. And let's pop over here for a second in gadgets. So we talked about gaming a little bit. Adidas signs Ninja to his first pro gamer deal. This is big. Now, if you guys know Fortnite and some of the other games out there, I love watching Ninja, man, because he really is a ninja, gaming ninja. And I used to play Fortnite a little bit with my daughter. She was quite involved in the game. His name is Tyler Blevins, but he's better known by his gaming name, which is Ninja, and he is a sick gamer. So this is actually like a first. And so like I'm doing a shout out right now to Adidas, because I'm thinking, Adidas, if you really want to sponsor somebody who does these streams right here, right? Because we do, why not? I mean, I'm volunteering myself. I'll offer it up. I'll volunteer Jungle, Crypto Eddie, DAI, DNI, Jeff from the Hodl Report. Come on in, man. I'll wear the gear on here, man. I love Adidas. Adidas, however you want to say it. I'm all in, man. And what do we have here? So yeah, I love stuff like that. So this week, something cool happened. I don't know if our friend pal the show is Bubba Shipes is in here, or the Crypto Camper is in here. But anyway, got word of this. This was actually a lot of fun. So this was episode 300 of the Bad Crypto Podcast. It is the #1 podcast. It depends on what platform you're on, but it really is a fun. I mean, I started listening to these guys last year. They're great. They're ex-radio guys. I think they still do radio, but they really put together a great podcast as far as crypto. Obviously, they talk about a lot of different stuff. They really love, obviously, they love it, the Bitcoin and the Ether and the Litecoin and a little bit, a little bit of the XRP. They really talk about projects. They do some deep dives. They're really good. So this fan appreciation, and Bubba really kind of like alerted me to it. So the very first thing is if you go here, it's just badcryptopodcast.com. When you go on the latest episode, Bad Kryptonians fan appreciation. The very first person up is Bubba Shipes. Bubba's up there, and they have some awesome people from the community. And what was one of the things they touched on, they said that it was kind of interesting that a lot of content creators would flock to them. So as content creators and people that love to put out a stream, we also enjoy listening to other people. Like while I was in hiatus for a little bit, Jungle dropped a video. Now I feel compelled. I was almost starting to watch it, but I'm like, oh wait, we're doing a stream here. I have to go back and watch Jungle's video because he dropped it just a little bit ago. So you guys will have to go check that out as well. And then Jeff from Hodl Report's up there, and it was a little bit funny because they were asking Jeff, like, what are some things that we could be doing? Jeff launches into the most appropriate conversation ever about the Token Taxonomy Act, what we can be doing, the reach these guys have, how they can get it out there, about the token taxonomy, how we need regulation, and it was like cricket. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, we have to do that. So they goof a little bit. And then I really didn't think I made the podcast because I wasn't on until the very end, or at least close to the end. I put a tweet out. If you look through my tweets, you can see when we're all up on there. But I wanted to thank these guys. They're really something cool. They do some good stuff in the community. They got some nice sponsors. They really go into some pretty solid just dissecting and deep dives. So I really wanted to give a shout out to the Bad Crypto Podcast. And hey, RTB jumped in. Sincerely, George Camper, Anthony Ajax Jackson's here. Peru Crypto. By the way, just I think you saw that. I think I reached out to you via DM, and you have, my man, an official digital nomad investor awesome, cool jersey, which is, I always say, is really a blueprint of his mind. He's taken some sort of a mind meld, he's projected onto his shirt, and he puts it out there, which is really awesome. So that's on its way to you. And I want to see you do a video with it, one of those cool videos where you're rolling down the street, maybe with your jersey on. And then I know that some of the now one of the things, if comedian Carl Lewis is here, I don't have your address. I wasn't sure. Somebody said on Twitter, yeah, this is my Twitter address, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's your Twitter address. And then all of a sudden somebody else gets the Kit Kats, and you'll be like, dude, you didn't give me the Kit Kats. What's up? And I'll be like, bro, and you'll be like, dude, and I'll be like, bro, and I'll be like, dude. And that's not good either. And then all of a sudden Chip gets a bad name, and then people start throwing stones at the screen, and then it gets ugly real quick. So I want to make sure you get it. Sup, Big John? Sup? Bucci Man's here. Bucci Man. What's going on, Bucci Man? I like that name, Bucci Man. That's cool. That sounds like a content creator right there. Bucci Man is on right now. In the Crypto Camper, we got Crypto Sifu doing the cut-ups here. And Crypto Sifu, what happened, man? You started out strong. You were doing some uploading some videos. I don't think I've seen a video for you in a while. Maybe you're doing them all along, but I don't think so, man. I don't think so, man. Crypto Camper, let's see. Something's going on here. What is this? Let's see what's here. Spoiler, we don't need regulation for SH. We don't need a clarification, blah, 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 blah. So, hey, so here's the other thing. So when I was on the site, thank you for reminding me, by the way. So we're on the Bad Crypto podcast. I don't know if it was Joel that asked me, but I said, like, hey, I started off doing the XRP minute, turned on the XRP hour. They were goofing on me a little bit. It was funny. And I said, guys, if you had to rebrand the XRP minute, just knowing what you know, what would you do? And they said, without hesitation, I'd call it the shite coin, the shite coin podcast. And I was like, I don't know about that. And then I said, well, maybe you should do the Chip Coin podcast. So we had a little bit of fun with that. If you guys get a chance to listen to that, that's actually was a little bit of fun on there. And listen to Jeff and listen to Bubba. Bubba starts it off, man. I was like, oh, Bubba, right out of the gate, man. They always put the best people up front. They put the slackers in the back like me, They put the good people up front. They want to capture the audience. And then they go, if you're still here, yeah, you can listen to this schlub, which is kind of how it was. But listen to it. Go back and look at my tweets. You'll see it's out there in the land of Neverland. So Tether drags itself into another conundrum as stable coin clogs up the Ethereum's network. This is kind of a weird story. I was like, I had to look at this. I was like, what is this all about? So the world's largest altcoin blockchain, Ethereum, is apparently suffering from a case of network saturation. What? It's getting saturated. Last week, Vitalik Buterin stated that the Ethereum blockchain was getting full. That's it. Pull the plug. It's over. It's not going to work. We got to get rid of it. Forget about it. It's not gonna happen. Like, what are you going to do? Pull the plug on this? It said there'd be higher transaction fees, something which might breach the affordability factor, make it expensive, basically. Thank you for helping us read between the lines. So now, according to some recent data from etherscan.io, have you noticed that all the cool sites are .ios? Have you guys noticed this? .io, right? They're all .ios. All the cool tech sites, .ios. Everything we've talked about tonight is a .io. It can be observed that Ethereum's network utilization was up 93% on August 26th, which was just yesterday. As mentioned earlier, the increased utilization could drive up transaction costs. So this isn't a good thing. Like, what is the transaction cost going to go up to? They say it's going to get more expensive, and how long is this going to last, and how are they going to solve this issue? So anyway, I wanted to just kind of like pop that out, like in the altcoin world. What are some of the things going on? What are we talking about here? XRP bag holders, look at this. We always got to put some FUD story. The XRP bag holders are begging Ripple to stop dumping its coins. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what we've all been talking about. We've all been saying it, stop dumping. We know cryptocurrencies are subject to wild price fluctuations, sometimes at the drop of a hat. Sometimes whales dump coins, causing prices to drop. And one of the biggest XRP whales, Ripple, yeah, okay, all right, Ripple's one of the biggest XRP whales. Being asked to stop dumping, of course, this will work. Change.org user, going by the name of Crypto Bitlord, started a petition earlier this month asking Ripple to stop dumping XRP holdings. So far, it's been signed nearly 2,500 times. Now, if we look at that and analyze it, it's been signed 2,500 times. Anybody in the XRP community, or do we have the haters going in there? Do we have the haters? Do we have the BTC maxis, the Ethereums? I mean, the Ethereums boys, whatever, the girls, whatever they call them, the Litecoin fans, all that. Are they going in there? 2,500 on a change.org that started a month ago. It's a joke. But anyway, they end it with happy birthday, Bitcoin, you magnificent digital bastard. Well, no bias here, right? Not any bias showing. Your bias is showing. Your bias is showing. It's showing on your sleeve. Anyway, so blockchain solution prevents electric car drivers from being overcharged. Okay, so what's this story about? So according to a press release on 2 days ago, researchers from the University of Waterloo developed an open system based on blockchain. I mean, everything's based on blockchain these days. It's going to mitigate trust issues in electric charging station trades. The platform allows users to check whether they have been overcharged by means of a distributed ledger technology. Oh, tell me more about this distributed ledger, okay? Blockchain for electric vehicles. So this is a cool article. It's very long. But anyway, again, leveraging blockchain once again to advance charging in electric vehicles. Let's talk about this. What are we doing now? Tina Hall says the Shipster coin. That's even not a bad idea right there, Tina Hall. Shipster. The Shipster, it's kind of a cross between the chip and the shh, right? So I like that. Yeet's in here. Hello, Yeet. What's going on, Alex? Yeet. Auburn Rain here. I like the idea of that, bro. Power of the mind to make shit happen. And then Carl Lewis, you got to figure out a way to reach out to me, man. Reach out to me. Drop your Twitter handle in there so I know it's you. Or at least I hope it's you. Yeah, so how awesome is Chip? You asked, when Bruce Banner gets mad, he turns into the Hulk. When the Hulk gets mad, he turns into Chip. Whoa! That's ridiculous. I love it, man. I have to process that a little bit later. Crypto Seafood, laugh out loud, AJ. Good one, man. Yeah, man, I went a little ballistic earlier. I don't like having issues. Brazil's central bank adopts IMF cryptocurrency guidelines. So out of all the countries in the world, it looks like the United States will be last, maybe Canada, everyone, there might be even Guam maybe before anybody with these crypto regulations. So Brazil's central bank, Banco Central de Brazil, published an official notice on August 26th yesterday stating it had adopted the IMF, the International Monetary Fund's guidelines with regard to cryptocurrency assets. Terrific. You know what you get? You get the slow clap. The slow clap from Chipster. The Shipster right here. All right, well done. Another country passing the United States. Well done. Fantastic. All right, so I'm cheering Brazil on. And, my future son-in-law is going to, which my daughter is getting married soon, is also Brazilian. And unfortunately, they got the greatest soccer team in the world, at least one of them. But we have a little rivalry there because the U.S. didn't even make the World Cup last time. But what are you going to do? This is a personality trait that leads to a very long life. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the community. I see a lot of attacking going on. I hate when my friends are attacked. Sometimes my friends get attacked online. I'm not cool with that. Sometimes I bite my lips. Sometimes I don't. But I don't like when friends that I have get attacked in the community and punched in the face a few times. And this is something that I saw that I wanted to tie in here. A trait that can increase your odds of reaching 85 years old by up to 70%. The personality trait of optimism is linked to a very long life. New research finds, and you're not going to find any more optimistic people than you will find in this XRP community. But sometimes the bear market, gets us a little bit crazy. We get grumpy. It's like we woke up out of a slumber. We're grumpy. We start attacking people. Look, man, just ignore it. There's a lot of FUD going on out there. Don't worry about the FUD. You know the reason you chose XRP. We know we're back in a winner. It doesn't really matter. And, you're going to look back on this time and say, you know what? I did lose a little hope. I did get a little weirded out. I thought and what if and all this stuff. Listen, don't buy into it. And Ripple doesn't really have the partners. And they said they have 200 partners. And they said they're going to be, don't worry about that. That's all FUD. You got the best leadership team heading Ripple, right? And this is not financial advice. This is just the way it is. You do whatever you want. You all are probably invested in other projects. But what I'd like to just focus on right here is forget about the stuff that's going to take you off your mission. Our mission is simple, right? We got big dreams, big hopes. We're going places together, people, right? We want to do things. We want to improve life for our family. Very first thing we can do is be positive about everything. Don't let the crazy people out there get you down, you know? And there's a lot of them out there. So being optimistic, a trait that can be boosted can increase the odds. Think about that. Increase the odds of reaching 85 years old because you're optimistic, because you believe in a better day, that tomorrow can be better than today. The end of this day can be better. The rest of today, this morning, wherever you're dialing in from, can be good. So optimistic people tend to expect positive outcomes, right? Is that us? Does that define our community? We kind of have a positive outlook. We kind of expect it, don't we? We expect greatness. Why? Because we've done our research. We've done our homework. We have talked about some of the things that are key and important, right? It's one of the things. So I love this article. Optimists tend to lead healthier lives, also better at regulating their emotions. They're less likely to smoke, have better body mass indexes, and are more physically active. So again, these are all good factors. You guys all know I'm an Apple fanboy. And I saw this Apple Card came out. You guys probably saw this, right? The Apple Card, it's made out of titanium. Ooh, titanium, right? This Apple Card is interesting in a sense that it's made out of titanium. There's a lot of unboxing, but one of the things they tell you in the commercial, they go like, they say, Apple isn't. It's a card backed by Apple, not a bank. Well, it's backed by Goldman Sachs, and the last time I checked, Goldman Sachs is still a bank. So it is backed by a bank, and they're like, well, it's Apple. Well, yeah, it's also MasterCard. So it's a MasterCard. It looks cool. It's clever. And I love it. But some of the things I wish they had done, like what kind of points? You get 2% back. Well, 2% back if they're able to take the card, which a lot of places don't. And did they tie any discounts into any of their existing products? They didn't. It is cool in the sense that the app shows you in colors exactly some of the things that you're spending on and buying on, and they're very transparent about what interest you're paying. You're paying up and down. You can actually see that. Where good luck figuring that on another card. That's something that they did get right. One of the things that I think that they kind of missed a key thing is they didn't even offer any real big discounts or any reasons to go in on any of the Apple products. You get a 2% discount, which, there's a lot of cards out there that do 2%, cash back. Now, the difference with Apple is they give it back to you right away. It's within 24 hours, which is kind of a cool idea, that you get it back right away. You see exactly what you're spending. Spend $100, get $2 back, right? Well, it's better than a kick in the face, but almost anything is. A sharp stick in the eye is a little bit uncomfortable as well. But so somebody came out with these Apple Card skins and wraps because a lot of people out there were complaining. They're like, oh, one of the things, this is actually in the official, and this was actually trending on Twitter not too long ago. One of the things that they said in their official docs, don't put them on jeans because it's titanium, and don't expose them. And people are like, well, what am I supposed to do? I can't put it in my wallet, can't put it in my jeans. What am I supposed to do with this titanium card? But fear not, people, because the Apple Card skins and wraps are here. So if you want to get a signature skin for the front, you whip out $4.95, and you can basically, grab one of these skins, and then boom, there you go. So you got a skin on it, and now it can't be damaged. Suppose you want a bright orange, suppose you're from Holland, you love orange, maybe you want like this white carbon look right here. So it's kind of a cool idea. You can put that on the front. You can go ahead and apply that puppy. So that's $4.95. Well, what do you want on the back? Let's take a look. Maybe we want purple on the back, which is kind of cool, and that's what the back of the card looks. So there you go, $10. Somebody already figured out a way, rolled out something very quick to be able to, it's called D-Brand. Let's face it, it's inevitable you get an Apple Card. The whole point was a credit card to spend money on things you don't have. And those Cupertino madmen have created an empire parting your reckless spending habits as a fashion statement. And anytime something new comes out in Apple, I'm like, take my money, take it. Here it is, I want to take my money. Not all the time, sometimes I put up with a couple revisions of the phone and stuff, and I like the Mac ecosystem. But, look, Google has a good ecosystem if you like, Android, or if you like, the Chromebooks and all that, or, PCs. It just comes down to flavor, what you like. I'm a fanboy. I'm an Apple fanboy. But I thought this was quite clever. They rolled this out pretty fast, and it's getting a little bit of traction out there. to be able to customize it. So here they figured out a way to part, basically $10 out of your pocket. So you can go ahead and apply that right there. And the titanium phantom, I must have missed that conversation. Does it not let you buy crypto? Yeah, Rain, it does not let you buy crypto. That's one of the things. Goldman Sachs backed. They will not let you buy cryptocurrencies with this. So that's another reason it's out of the chip wallet. I don't care, man. It's anytime, if you're using someone else's product and they're going to go ahead and dictate what you can do with it. Banks have been doing that. We've seen that. Santander got in trouble a little bit ago from banning some UK customers who all of a sudden wanted to, they're Santanders at a bank and wanted to buy some cryptocurrencies. And, excuse me. Oh, I think that's my first official sneeze on an XRP minute. Thank you very much. Thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was weird. How do you do it? I was looking for the pause button. You can't really pause a live stream. I was looking for it just to see if I might be able to find that. But yeah, this is kind of a weird thing. What's up, Bob Moneybags? Miyagi, Mr. Miyagi's here. I'm still waiting for his podcast. He hasn't tweeted me yet or anything going on. Carl Lewis, what's he saying? Something about someone's going to miss something. I don't know what's going on here. Peanuts, popcorn. Dan is here. Is that Dan Ski here? Dan Espy. Oh, Dan Espy's in the house. What's going on, Dan Espy? What's going on, Danny? I don't know if you saw my last, if you saw the celebration one. I did a little shout out to you, my man. I don't know if you saw it or not. You can go watch it. It was like 4.5 hours long. It was like an epic stream. I rambled on forever. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And we had a little bit of fun giving stuff away. And, big shout out to all of you for attending. And also, Jeff from How to Review, who really kept everything. I was so happy this guy's so organized. Put everything in a spreadsheet, had everything in there. I was just simply having to highlight it because I was worried that, when you're trying to do this, you're trying to do multiple things, you miss something, not going to be a good thing. You could go back and listen to it, but, you make sure you want to get that stuff right. You hear what I'm saying, Ajax? You hear what I'm saying? AJ? Danny, do you understand? You get what I'm saying, Danny Torres? She knows what I'm saying. She's connected. Of course she knows what I'm saying. And what is going on? The crypto camper. Do you guys know about this crypto camper? Mysterious. Appeared on the scene out of nowhere. Traveling the USA. May get on a boat. May head over to Europe. We don't know. But it's this mysterious camper. It's going to be spreading love and joy and creepiness, because it's going to, next thing you know, you'll be like, I'm watching you from the street, and you'll be like, where are you? And you walk out of your house and there's the crypto camper. You'll be like, man, I thought you were messing with me, but yeah, you're really here. So that's going to be something fun to watch, the crypto camper, right? It'll have giant crypto camper letters all sprawled on it, which is really a lot of fun. You got to enjoy that. It's all good stuff. And here we are. Let's go back over here, shall we? Yeah, so that's it. That's pretty much it. So I wanted to say hello. Where is RTB in here? Roy the Badass, is he here? RTB. I think he probably bailed. He's like, man, this is not going well. I'm out of here. Yeah, they run through pop-ups on sites. I get what you're saying. Comedian Carl Lewis. Digital Nomad Investor. Good thing they put you all back together, brother. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, man. I hope you're healing up. Hope you are healing up, man. Yeah, DNI about to get. Yeah, DNI. Is he in here? Yeah, I hope he's in here. What's up? XRP DT's here. What's going on, man? Hey, what's going on with that crypto city that's going on there? I haven't seen if you've been by there recently. I think you've you moved to a new locale or something, but you were giving us some intro perspective into what was going on there. So that was kind of a cool thing. I was really appreciating that. And what can I tell you? Thank you very much. We're going to do this again on Thursday. Thursday night's going to be a little bit later going on. The zoo's going to be on at 8 o'clock. I can't do a 9 o'clock slot, so I'm going to be doing this at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Tomorrow, sitting right here with this horrible laptop that I borrowed. I'm giving it back. I'm not using it anymore. Jeff's laptop, no good. No good. Done. I'm going to give it back to him. Thanks a lot, Jeff, but I'll give it back to you so you can have your own streaming issues. But he'll be here, I believe, at 8 o'clock. I'll be going on Thursday night at 10 o'clock. And then on Friday, we have Rain. Rain bringing it on the Friday night, 8 o'clock slot. And one thing that I did want to show you before we get out of here, there's one other thing. It's funny because when when I restarted my computer and reloaded everything, it got kind of weird. But it's always a fun thing to what are we doing here? Can I talk and type at the same time? Apparently I cannot. I'm sure that 3, 2, 1, AJ and comedian Carl Lewis will be goofing on me in no time. But there's kind of an event. So in the U.S. here, we've got a holiday coming up. It's Labor Day. And did my computer just stop? It may have. Wow. But anyway, we got a hurricane bearing down on us. Not a hurricane, but we have Dorian out there that's going to be knocking on some doors. And it's supposed to be hitting us over this holiday weekend, which I'm not that excited about. And I went to the store to get some water today, and already it's gone a little crazy.